evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, a Hillsborough woman was arrested Monday after she ran her car into the side of a liquor store and left the scene of the accident. Several Coffee County students were treated to a tour of the state capitol on Wednesday. A Coffee County commissioner has switched political parties, and the Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce announced the winners of their Women Impacting the Community program on Tuesday. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Time to get fit, Tullahoma, and register today for the I Am for the Child Family 5K Run and Walk. You'll be proud to know you're supporting the Children's Court-Appointed Special Advocate, or CASA, while running or walking Saturday, April 9th at Fraser McEwen Park at 8 a.m. Pre-register at active.com for $25 or starting at 6:30 a.m. the day of the race. Special thanks to these sponsors: Chick-fil-A, Light Tube, City of Tullahoma. Click on active.com and register for the CASA 5K Family Fun Run and Walk.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. A Hillsborough woman was arrested in Tullahoma Monday afternoon after she ran her car into the side of Carroll Street Liquor Building and left the scene of the accident. Cassie Tennille Williams was later found asleep in her vehicle on Old Estill Springs Road in Tullahoma. According to the police report, Williams had slurred speech and was unsteady on her feet. She admitted to arresting officers that she was intoxicated. Williams was also in possession of several plastic baggies containing a crystal-like substance which field tested positive for methamphetamine. Williams was charged with DUI second offense, driving on a revoked license, leaving the scene of an accident, unlawful possession of a weapon, and illegal possession of a controlled substance. She was scheduled for a court appearance on April the 7th.
The Tennessee Department of Health hosted a field trip on Wednesday to the Tennessee State Capitol and Bicentennial Mall Park for Coffee County students who have participated in Run Club activities at their schools. Boys and girls from Coffee County Raider Academy, Coffee County Middle School, and Manchester Westwood Middle School earned the trip by participating in their run clubs, which include 3 sessions of physical activity each week. Run clubs are funded through the Tennessee Department of Health Project Diabetes Initiative, a statewide effort to reduce the incidence rate of diabetes.
For the Coffee County project, funding was used for a youth fitness room in the Manchester Recreation Complex, youth fitness equipment, a community garden, and stationary exercise equipment along the Duck River Greenway. The Greenway was funded by multiple grants from the Tennessee Department of Health, Transportation, and Environment and Conservation. TDH is finalizing a series of how-to videos that will benefit communities around the state looking to plan and build greenways, and has worked in cooperation with the Manchester Department of Parks and Recreation to create a video for schools and communities interested in developing a run club.
Coffee County Commissioner Stephen Jones officially switched to the Republican Party on Tuesday. At a press conference held outside the Coffee County Administrative Plaza, Jones signed a public oath of allegiance while surrounded by Republican leaders, including Tennessee Republican Party Chairman Ryan Haynes, Coffee County Mayor Gary Cordell, State Executive Committee Woman Frances Arthur, and Coffee County Republican Chairman Claude Morris, and Coffee County Vice Chairwoman Jean Kelly.
Jones said, quote, "This has been a long time coming. I've been a conservative my entire life, but as each day has passed, it has become apparent that the Democratic Party has deserted me. So today, I'm officially joining the Republican Party and will fight for the principles of our party right here in our community. We have a rich tradition of electing strong conservative leaders, and I'm going to continue that fight. Voters already know I'm an advocate for limited government, lower taxes, and more freedom. Now I'm prepared to do that as a Republican," end quote. Jones was first elected as a commissioner in 2010. He represents the 1st District of Coffee County, which covers a portion of Manchester.
The Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce held their annual Women Impacting the Community Awards Luncheon Tuesday at Lakewood Country Club. Keynote speaker for the event was Circuit Court Judge Vanessa Jackson. This year's award winners were Lisa Hayes, Business; Vicki Shelton, in Education; Hope Sarton, Community Service; and Fran Markham, Lifetime Achievement Award. In accepting her award, Fran said, "I think this means I've lived a long time." She also offered her advice: take time to listen to others, stand for what you believe in, and mentor others and give back.
Stay with us. We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The wait is finally over. The 2015 50th anniversary Ford Mustang is finally here. This is one awesome vehicle. Let me give you a few stats on this V8 Mustang. 435 horsepower, independent rear suspension, 25 miles per gallon, and this is the one you've been waiting for. 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. Don't blink an eye or you'll miss it. Come by Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester and check it out. The 2015 Mustang, the all-new redesign, will leave you speechless.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back. Tonight we bring you part 3 of Tom Corrington's interview with the Arnold Engineering Development Complex's base commander, Colonel Rodney Todaro. In this segment, Colonel Todaro talks about the new base operating contracts.
We have been accustomed to having primarily one contractor out there ever since the beginning in 1959 or something.
Right.
It has varied a little bit off and on, but kind of caught everybody surprised and still trying to figure out why the decision was made and by whom to break it into 7 packages for this year and out.
Right.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, it's 6, so we have 6 separate contracts that over the last 12 years were done by a single contractor at Arnold. The decisions were made a few years ago. It was made by senior leaders of the Air Force, the senior acquisition leaders, as well as the senior leaders in the test and evaluation community. Primarily, the fundamental reason that was chosen was value for the Air Force and value, quite frankly, for the American taxpayer. To achieve the maximum value out of each and every precious dollar that is given to us, we want to make sure we have competition. Competition tends to bring out the best in terms of what is offered to the Air Force on the contract side. And so it really was a case of putting the right contract in place for each one of those services, and it turned out to be 6. It didn't, I don't think we set out with 6 was the number we had in mind. But there are certain things that happen at Arnold that lend themselves to a firm fixed price contract, and there are certain things that lend themselves to a different type of contract vehicle, a cost plus kind of contract. And so we went that way for those different types of services. And at the end of the day, it is we're getting better value for each and every dollar that we spend. 4 of the contracts we have are firm fixed price, meaning that we know exactly what we're going to pay for.
Okay, I hadn't heard that number. Four of them are fixed price.
So those are the environmental.
That is a change.
The environmental restoration that goes on out there, the equipment calibration that we do, the information technology services that we have, and the support services. Those are firm fixed price. The cost is capped. We know exactly what we're going to pay for them, and we know exactly what we're going to get. And so across the Air Force, for those, in 3 of the cases, for the environmental, the equipment calibration, as well as the information technology, we are using contracts that are enterprise contracts across the Air Force. And so those also help us to achieve value. It's not just an Arnold contract, it is a contract that is being used by the Air Force.
Is that one of your packages, and I forget the name of it now, is being handled by Eglin.
Right.
And they're the ones that are going to be, they have been conducted in competition and will be the ones issuing contracts.
So that is an advisory and assistance. Really, it's our test management and engineering kind of oversight contract, and that is being, we're currently under source selection on that contract being run out of Arnold Air Force, out of Eglin Air Force Base.
Right. Well, what does that sound? Is that a sort of a surveillance? Is that primarily going to be looking over your shoulder to see if things are going okay?
Well, really, it's going to be us, the government, in charge and really kind of directing those folks on how we're going to do our next test, really. So it's really the test management and organizing the next, the tests that are coming, and also analyzing the data. So it's also, when we get data out of our wind tunnels and our propulsion facilities, it's analyzing the data and putting together the report on what happened.
And why is that beneficial to be coming out of Eglin?
Well, that contract is going to be, again, an enterprise contract across the entire Air Force Test Center. So it's Arnold, Eglin, and Edwards, and we're using that contract for all 3 places. So in those terms, we achieve value by having a single contract across 3 different test locations.
So it's a single contract. Will you have people permanently signed here in that role?
Absolutely.
You will?
Absolutely. There will
it's
be
not
folks,
a question of somebody coming in to look over your shoulder.
The folks that work on that contract for us will be at Arnold.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac is worth the short drive for savings that can't be beat. Take home this 2015 Chevy Equinox, 0 down, just $299 a month. Or how about this 2015 Chevy Silverado Double Cab, 0 down, just $369 a month. And as always, we will match or beat any dealer's price. So come check us out or visit us online at stanmcnabb.com. But please don't forget, when it comes to the best deals, if anyone can, Stan can.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. The annual Piping on the Green event is coming up next week at the Celtic Cup in Tullahoma. Newsleaders John Gurry spoke with Tom Bentley and Mary Etta Ward, who tells us about the festivities.
These are the representatives of a whole day worth of great times, great music, dancing, crafts,
Great food.
Great food.
Celtic food.
And so, with all of that said, the floor is yours.
I think you said it all.
Sell it.
Sell it.
Sell it, baby. Sell it.
We'd love to, actually. It's going to be a great day for sure. It's an event that celebrates Tartan Day, which was set aside by our President Bush in 2004. April 4th is the big day, and so we've gone on and try to sell it to everybody, I guess, in a sense. So it's a way of celebrating the Celtic people, what their contributions have been. We have every ethnic group around has their own little celebration, and we're part of that, and so that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, now for some people who might not, I think most people kind of understand, but some people who don't, Celtic is not just Scotch.
Scotch, Irish,
it's Irish, Welsh, yeah.
Right.
It's more than, a lot of people think it's just a Scottish thing, and that's one thing I wanted to make sure that people understood. It's not just that one thing, it's that whole area where all of that took place.
Right. This is the sponsoring organization is the Highland Rim Scottish Society,
right?
And from that we get a lot of the Scottish. However, Irish is Celtic also, so it's more Celtic.
And is that a geographic thing because of where these cultures were located?
Largely, yes, in the British Isles mostly, and they've migrated up and back, and with ice changes, there's a lot of things that happen.
Right.
And one of the things we're going to have there is a little workshop on genealogy and DNA, and so you can find out where folks came from and what the mixture is, and about everybody's got a little Celtic blood in them somewhere. So.
Yeah, I like that one commercial on television where the guy has worn lederhosen his whole life, and he finally gets his DNA checked and had to trade his lederhosen in for a
kilt. Absolutely.
He wasn't German.
No.
To be a member of the Highland Rim Scottish Society, you do not have to be of Celtic descent.
Right.
No.
Just as long as you have an interest in it.
Right.
And it was organized in 1995. Dr. Jim Lindsay, Jimmy Murray, Angela Arnold were instrumental in getting it started. We have 133 members, and we've got great programs lined up for the year. Tom Bentley is our program chair.
Yeah, right.
So you need to come down to the Celtic Cup and attend that, and then you get to be a part of Papping on the Green. This is something we do to give back to the community and educate them.
Right, and we usually go down there and get some film every year.
So there's going to be food, first of all.
Yes.
Scotch eggs, tatties and neeps. Let you figure that one out. It's potatoes and turnips, soda bread, bangers and mash. Now that's a good meal.
Bangers and mash.
That's sausages and mashed potatoes.
There you go.
And there's cold cannon, which is, there's a whole lot.
Good food.
Right? Good food,
good
yes.
Food.
Different. Something if you haven't tried. And this is the lineup. You probably, Marietta knows more about it. The Tannehill Weavers are featured, and that was what you just showed.
That was the band, right.
That's the band. They're coming over from Scotland.
So this band will be coming from Scotland right here to be at the Celtic Cup. And if you're interested in that type of music and you like some of the things we've had at South Jackson, like Gaelic Storm and all of that type of fast-moving, fun, beard slugging, pipe drinking,
right?
Patties fell in the river again.
Yeah, there you go.
So
they were founded in 1968, and they're named for the Scottish poet Robert Tannehill.
Right.
And we're just excited. They're coming through the area. They'll be in Birmingham and Atlanta. And so Tullahoma was very fortunate to have them
very
here.
Good, very good.
So the Secret Commonwealth is going to be there. They're from the Nashville area, and they've been playing around. A lot of folks probably know them. They've been showing up every month or so at the Celtic Cup. They're a delightful group, funny, fun-loving, and they said they got together because it was a party. And
they said this is a party that had to become a band.
What time will all this start?
Starts actually with the vendors and folks that'll be there demonstrating crafts, and that's where they'll be there about 8. The opening ceremonies will be at 9, and it goes through till 6 o'clock that night.
6 o'clock that night. We're about out of time here. That's going to be April 9th. It's going to start at 8 o'clock till 6 o'clock. There'll be entertainment. There'll be food. These delightful folks will be there, and go, take your children, make an outing of this. It's very educational. It's very entertaining. And if they're there, It's going to be fun, too.
And it's free.
It's
Free, and you don't have to be Celtic.
We'll be right back in a moment.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's got to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Welcome back. A local radio station has provided a big boost to the fundraising efforts of the United Way program in Coffee and Moore counties. John Gray spoke with Alicia Bell and Joe Anthony about the program.
United Way is incredibly excited because Joe Anthony here over at from 93.9 The Duck has decided to become United Way's first legacy giver, which means that they have donated over $10,000 worth of finances or gifts to our nonprofits. So they've actually donated $12,000 worth of advertising credits on 93.9 The Duck, which is incredible. It's advertising that most of our nonprofits have not had a lot of access to in the past, and so luckily now our 12 partners are going to be able to share their message and get their events out and who they are and what they do across a really large span of people. He knows more about how many?
Yeah, we cover up to Murfreesboro down into North Alabama, and I was asked by Alicia to be on the allocations committee a couple months back, and through going through that process and meeting with the different organizations that then became the partners for United Way this coming year and hopefully going forward in the future, there was a common need for most of these organizations, and it was the need of advertising and marketing. And it's something that even a business that is booming sometimes, forgets or doesn't necessarily have the funds and forgets how important it can be to promote the business. In this case, we're talking about charities and 501c3s, so it can even be that much tougher. And so through Alicia, we talked about some things. In fact, when I brought the idea to her, I basically prefaced it by saying, I don't know if we can do this. I don't know if it's been done before. I don't really care if it's been done before, but this is my idea. I'd like to do this, and I'd like to teach some of these nonprofits, how to promote what they're doing and hopefully grow going forward in Southern Middle Tennessee.
Sure. That's great. That's a great gift.
Yes, we're really excited because not only is he offering this gift of the financially $12,000 worth of advertising, but he's also offering to back that up with education, because we have a new program called our Nonprofit Assistance Clinic, where we try and host programs that help nonprofits develop their skills, become stronger leaders, and so he's going to be teaching a course to those recipients of how to best use their credits and their time and understand how to advertise themselves, which is something all of us need, so we're very lucky.
And we have yet to set a date or anything on that, but it's definitely something that's in the works, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to share my knowledge with the different organizations and their leaders as to, again, how to grow. And again, just going back to the United Way and what I learned in the process that I went through in dealing with some of these nonprofits was how local Alicia and the United Way
of coffee in more counties actually is. You know, you hear the United Way, you see the logo sometimes with, you know, the NFL and tied to national campaigns, but really it's all about the local level. You know, and for Tullahoma, for even Manchester, Winchester, Shelbyville, you know, it's the Coffee County and Moore County United Way, but there's organizations up in Shelbyville, there's organizations down in Franklin County that are receiving funds because of their effect that they have within Coffee and Moore County. So that's where the station ties in. Again, we cover the entirety of southern Middle Tennessee, so hopefully we're reaching and growing the reach of each and every one of these partners with United Way.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a golden retriever mix named Hemi. He entered the shelter as a stray and is approximately 3 years old. Hemi gets along well with children but prefers to be the only dog. He has had some of his vaccinations and will receive a free neuter provided by the Tullahoma Animal Shelter. Be sure to check out the Tullahoma Shelter on Facebook for upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pet this week is Bailey. Bailey is a mixed breed dog who needs a forever home. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252 in Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte, and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1963 at 85 degrees. The record low was in 2003 at 24 degrees. The average high on this day is 65 and the average low is 43. Tonight, look for showers in your forecast with a low of around 58. Partly cloudy weather expected on Friday with a high of 68 and a low of 42. That partly cloudy weather again in your forecast for Saturday with a high of 59 and a low of 36. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6 wishes you and your families a fabulous weekend. Thank you.